This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome back. Okay, so how many of you have installed Tableau desktops? I want one volunteer. So who wants to share the screen? Because I'm facing some issue in my system. I'm not able to install the Tableau desktop, the trial version, because it says I have already used that version. Um, okay.
Can share my machine.
Pooja, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I will make you presenter. I'm not sure if I can take the control, but let's see. I'll make you presenter and you can start sharing your screen. Let's see.
Okay.
I think there will be some option where I can take control of your system. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So what I'm doing, Pooja, open that, yeah, open that Tableau, not public one, the other one.
We have opened the public. We okay. This one I
Tableau
need to open.
2018.3, yeah.
ये Shrinu, this icon is of not Tableau desktop. Desktop. This one.
Yeah, that one,
This
yeah,
is
click on.
I clicked on it, but when it opens, it shows Tableau public.
Ah,
Yeah,
correct,
this
correct.
one. They
Yes,
are
yes,
correct,
this
correct.
one. Because it says expires in 12 days, see, at the top. Okay, yeah, this is the one I want.
Hmm.
Okay, now, Pooja, I'm requesting for keyboard and mouse control of your system. Let's see, if you get any pop-up, just click on OK, okay?
Okay.
Did you get anything or no? No?
Give control. I got option and I clicked give
Okay,
control.
okay, okay. Now let me take the control. 1 second. Yeah, okay, I got the control. Okay. Now, see, everyone would have installed the Tableau desktop. So the one which we have been working so far is the Tableau public and which doesn't require the license. But there are some things which are not available in Tableau public. Okay, so that's why we have installed this Tableau desktop, and you can do the hands-on. You have 2 weeks time, and after that you can download it with some other email ID and you can get the trial version for next 2 weeks and so on. That is the trick you can follow. Now everything will be same. So on the left hand side under the connect, you see all these, you would see a lot of options are available now. Previously a lot of these options were not available. If I go to more, see, in Tableau desktop, it offers all these options, and you can, basically connect to any kind of database here, and there should be Oracle. See, Oracle, and there should be Teradata as well. Okay, all these are the databases where you can connect to. And there will be a lot of options for big data. Nowadays people are talking about Hadoop and all that, right? So in Hadoop there is Hive, so you can connect to Hive also, Hive database. So basically where the data is, Tableau made sure that, okay, we have all the options present for the users to load the data from anywhere they want. That's why in Tableau desktop you see a lot of these options. Now, Pooja, can you take the control and load, or what you do is you have that sample superstore, right? Can
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
yeah, can you go to file?
I think okay. Sure.
Do you have it saved? Yeah, right click open.
This one, sample
No,
superstore.
this one. No, no. The dashboard, I mean. You must have created a dashboard, right? Or sample
That I
superstore.
created in Tableau public. Uh,
Huh, but that's
should
fine. But you must have saved somewhere, right? You must have downloaded that from the Google Drive. Is that available?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And
You must have downloaded and
I
then
can
you must
download
have.
it from Tableau public. If would it that be fine? Let me check.
Um,
This is Superstore dashboard.
okay. Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing.
Mhm.
Okay, let's load the data from the scratch. Let's go to the Tableau desktop. Yeah, load that sample superstore which you see on the screen. Sample superstore. Click on that. Yeah, and then say no, but this is your opening, right? Hmm. Drag
Hmm.
sheets orders. Let's see, drag sheet order.
People, I also need to drag.
No, only orders.
Okay, done.
Okay, now let me take the control.
Okay.
Now, the orders data set we have loaded here. Now, at the top, there are two connections. And if you see, these two connections are not available in the Tableau public. Okay. Now, if I go to sheet one, you see the same interface. Nothing has changed, isn't it? Nothing has changed in terms of Tableau public versus desktop. Now, on the left hand side, whenever we load any data, there is this icon, cylindrical icon. You see this cylindrical icon. Now, what these connections are, live means now you have loaded this orders data. So what will happen if there is any data gets changed in the orders? You would have that question, right? Do I need to load that data again or the dashboard will automatically load it? Right? Those kinds of questions you would have because now Pooja has dragged these orders today. But let's say in that Excel, if there is any change in the data tomorrow, right, on this data, there is some change. The question is, okay, will the Tableau load the data automatically or I need to import the data again, drag it and build it, right? That is the question. So this live is like a live connection, real-time connection. That means when you put a live connection, whatever is the latest data present in any of the files or sheets, it will load the data automatically. So live, you can think as if you're watching a live cricket match. You're watching a live cricket match, right? So whatever happens on the ground, you will be seeing it instantly. So this applies to the data also. That means whatever data it is available at that point of time. That means whenever you are opening the dashboard at that point of time, whatever data is there, you will see the same data. That is the use of the live. So these live connections are mostly used to have the real-time data. So let's say you are using some data which gets changed in every 5 minutes. So think about like stock market data, where the data gets changed in minutes or seconds. But when and think of the users of that dashboard, stock market data, and you have created some dashboard and some people are using it. You want those people to see the latest data, right? It should not happen that okay, the stock prices of a particular stock you're storing you're making it visible on the dashboard, but it was the old data. It was the stock price was of last 1 hour back stock data you are showing up. It will not be accurate, right? So what this live connection is, if there's any change in the data, it will automatically pick it when you open the dashboard. Okay, now what is this extract? And whenever there is live, okay, let me show that. Whenever there is live, there will be one cylindrical icon. Look at this cylindrical icon. There will be one cylindrical icon. So this means that the connection which you have opted for this dashboard is a live. Now let me go and click on this extract. Now what it says, extract will include all data. So extract, do you have an Excel, Pooja, in your system? Can you open the Excel? Okay. Now let me,
Shrinu, you can use it.
yeah, I have the control. One second, huh? Yeah. So life is what you understood is for real time, right? Now what this is, extract is like a copy of the data. So let me put this here. Now let me put this. Yeah, okay. Now you have the data behind the scenes, and whenever there is any change in the live, it will get automatically loaded. That's why I'm saying real time. Now, what this extract is, you have the data, and now the time is 7:46 in Pooja's system, right? So 7:46 a.m. Um, and I'm creating a copy. Okay, so this extract, whatever data you have, you're creating a copy, and it all depends on when did you create that copy. So that copy, let's say I'm creating it today 7:46 a.m. Now after creating that copy, if there is any change in the data, if there is any change in the data, so today is like 9th Feb, but when the users are opening on 10th Feb, they want some latest data because the underlying data got changed, right? So what we have to do, when the user, this is the user, and they are opening the dashboard, whatever dashboard we have created them, and if the connection in that is extract, what it will do, it will go and fetch the data from that copy. And when was that copy created? At 7:46 a.m. If there's any change in the data, still that user would see that copy of data only. So this extract is not a real time. Everyone would agree it's not real time because it it is creating basically a copy, and that copy of data is being used. Now the question you would have is, okay, since the user would look at that copy, if there is any change, how do I, refresh it, right? How do I refresh it? Now let me go here. Okay, now I've it is extract, and I went to sheet 1 and see, as I said, that is the copy, right? It will ask you to save that copy. So let's say, and the extension is, look at this, Tableau data extract. When you do this extract option, it's Tableau data extract, and this is the name of that copy version. And in this folder, let me do save. I'll not change the location. Now that copy got saved. Okay. Now if I go to sheet 1, what do you see the change in this icon? Do you see the two cylindrical icons now? Two cylindrical icons. Now that tells us that this is the extract data. That means this is the copy data. So basically, you don't have to always go and look at this live and extract option to verify is it a live or extract. So by looking at just these cylindrical icons, you can do that. Now, how do we do it? If it is one cylinder, it is live. If it is two cylinder, see there is one cylinder at the back. That means we are creating a copy of that data. Now the question is, okay, real time live connection is good, right? Live connection is good. I don't have to worry about it. But copy version is, if I share this dashboard to the users, they will see the old data. Now, a few techniques what we have is, if you right click and do a refresh of data, you can do refresh from there, or go to extract and say refresh. So this refresh, what it will do is, the copy which you have created at 746. Now after creating that copy, there has been change in the data. Now let's say it's 750, right? Now, when you do a refresh at 750, now this copy, the extract would get replaced with the latest extract. That means latest data, which is available as on 750. Now, when the users will be opening the dashboard, they would see the latest, right? Because you have overwritten that. So that is how the refresh work. But you would say, okay, but this will be manual, right? This will be manual every time. Why I want to, manually go and refresh it. Now, when you will be going to Tableau server part, over there, you can automate this. You can schedule this. So when you will put this dashboard onto the server, over there, we have an option where you can schedule, saying that, okay, every day this copy, this extract needs to refresh at so and so time, or it could be a weekly, or it could be a monthly. I will talk about those things. So that is like scheduling these extracts to get refreshed. Understood? Any questions? Let me pause here.
Yes, in the real time, we will be working on the extract part, I think, because then you make it live, right?
No, so this extract and live depends on the situation on your dashboard. So sometimes you might think that, okay, real time, since we don't have to worry about the dashboard when it is live. Yeah, so ideally is live. But what happens is, if the data is very huge, if the data is very huge, whenever the user will open the dashboard, what will happen, it will go to that data and it will load the data to the user, right? So there will be, slowness while opening the dashboard. When the users are clicking on any of the filters, or they're doing drill down, it will be, if the data is huge, it will be slow. Now these users might come to you saying that, whenever we are opening the dashboard, it is opening slow. When I'm clicking on a particular filter or a parameter, you know it is taking a lot of time to show the data. They complain. The reason is, whenever it is live, it's like you're watching a live match. If there is any, delay in the match, you will there will be, you will see that delay in that match. In the similar way, when you have a live tab, it takes some time to load the data, right? Every time you go and filter something, it means you are hitting that live data every time. So there is some latency. But when you have an extract, extract is not a live, right? Extract is a copy of it. That means whenever the user would open the dashboard, it is not going and pulling from the actual data. It is pulling from the copy which we have created. It will be very fast. So, but it all depends on the requirement. As I said, the stock market, if there is a stock market dashboard, right? So it should be real time. Within minutes, everything gets changed. The prices gets changed of stocks. We don't want to create a copy and after 1 hour, we will show the latest stock prices. That will not work there. So the ideal for that use case would be, okay, let's have a real time. But in your project, if there is not much dependency on the data, so let's say you have a dashboard and you have the data, and that data not gets updated very frequently. Let's say every morning at particular time, at daily basis, the data gets updated. Now over there, you have the flexibility, right, to schedule it instead of going for the live. You know that, okay, this data every day, this time, it will get updated in the backend database. Now after that time, after maybe some time, I will put a scheduler on that dashboard which will refresh that extract so that users, when they will be opening it, would see the latest data. So it all depends on the requirement. Got it? Yeah, any questions from anyone on this? Understood the concept. So this is very important concept, and in the interview they might ask, okay, what is the difference between the live and extract? When do you use live? When do you use extract? Everyone got it? When do you use live and extract? If there is any real time data need, you want to show the real time data on the dashboard, always go for live. But the problem with live is, if there is the huge data, every time the user opening it, it will be slow. If you have the flexibility to, you know, schedule it, then you can go for that extract. Yeah, there is one question. Can I extract? Okay. Hmm. Can I extract some fields out of all fields in a data set? Okay. And there's one more. How can we make a copy of data? Now, this copy of data, when I went and selected the extract option, when I went and selected this extract option, and when I went to sheet 1, it popped up a message, a box, and asked me to save. So that is how you will save, you will create a copy of it. But you have to click on this extract radio button to get that option. Live will not ask you to, create a copy because it is a real time, right? Got it, Navya? Now, the question is, we have all these columns and we don't want all these columns. So let's say, what is this? This is the order date, right? Now, we don't want some of the columns to be visible in the sheet 1. So you don't want some of the columns to be visible in the sheet 1. So how in SAS you must have learnt about keep and drop. If you want to keep certain columns, you will use keep. If you want to drop certain columns, you will use drop. The similar way, it will not be exactly similar, but Tableau by default loads all the columns. You don't have option to, keep or load some of the columns directly, but here if you go, let's say order ID, you can, there should be something called a hide, yeah. So you can hide here, order ID is gone. Now if I go to sheet 1, which we will not see that order ID, you can hide those columns. Got it? Now there's one more option. Um, you see this filters action here, filters. Now let me try this filters. I've clicked on add and I'm saying add here, and let's say I'm saying category is equal to, I'm selecting technology. I'm doing okay, and I'm doing okay. Now what do you see in this filters section? There is one filter which got added. Now what this filter does is, in SAS you must have learned about, the if statements. Whenever you are loading any Excel file or a CSV file, we just want to load only that data. We don't want entire data to get imported. It could be in proc import or in file and input data step. So basically what we are trying to do is, we don't want to import all the data, load all the data. It should only load the data which I have filtered, right? Now if I go back, to the sheet, and if I go back to the category, because I filtered on the category, what do you see? So this confirms us that the data which we have loaded is only for technology. But in this orders Excel sheet, we had data for everything, right? But in Tableau, we have loaded only the technology data. Now, one question you might have is, what is the difference? Okay, let me ask a question. What is the difference between adding a filter? We do this, right? We drag this to filters, say all, okay, and show filter. So what is the difference between applying a filter in the data sources tab, applying a filter in the data sources tab, versus showing the filter in the sheet? What is the difference? Anyone can guess? See, okay. If I remove, applying filter in data sources will fetch only those rows which satisfies the condition. Perfect. That means when we are applying in the data sources, means this one, okay? So don't get confused. Data sources page. And whenever you apply, because this is the page, this is the data sources page where we import the data. So during that place, if you are filtering something, that means you're importing only that data. So it will only import which satisfies this condition. So imagine this as if in SAS you would have written something like, if category is equal to technology and semicolon in the data step. It will only load that data. Now, if I remove this, and we have confirmed that, okay, in the sheet it was only showing technology. I removed this. What happened? Okay, and I remove that filter, and when I'm going to sheet, now what do you see here? What is the change you're seeing here in the category? Earlier we were only seeing technology, but now all. So what this happened is, if there is no filter in the data sources while importing, it will load entire data. And that's what we see, like in the category, we see technology, home office, and furniture. Understood? Okay. Now, now let us go and look at some of the questions you all had. So I will open it for questions. So anything you had, Pooja, since you're sharing? Are you on mute? We can't hear
Shinu,
you.
that sales, this one, sales and
Mhm.
marketing. This we haven't started. We discussed that we will discuss it bit. Then we will start it.
Yeah, so I have, yeah, so this story you're saying, right? This tab.
Yes, yes. Means the
Got it. Yeah, yeah. So this is a little bit different. This is a story, not a dashboard. Okay, that is one thing.
okay.
Let me take the control. Okay. Now, if I go back, where is the dashboard? This is the dashboard, right? Now, there's something called as these three icons you see here. This is a sheet, new worksheet. So you will get the same options when you right click and say new worksheet. Three options you should be comfortable with. New worksheet is nothing but worksheet is a sheet. Dashboard is the dashboard where you will drag. There's something called as a story. This is the third one. Now, if I click on this story, if I click on this story and you see something different here. On the left hand side, you see all the sheets similar to a dashboard, similar to a dashboard. And here we were getting that entire space to drag and align the things. But in the story, it says some add a caption at the top and drag a sheet here. Now, let me drag this here. And in the add a caption, I would say sales by supplier. Now I'm saying blank, and here see again I have to drag something, sales by customer segment. Now I'm saying sales by customer segment. Now this story is allows us to create a menu kind of a thing at the top. You see, this will be a menu. That means if you want to give the users to select something, and on the say at the same place, it will change based on the selection. Let's say if they are interested in sales by supplier, at this page, it is showing the sales by supplier. If they are interested in it, so it's like a menu based. And at what require, it all depends on you. Like, you can show everything together. There will not be any many users will be seeing all the things at one time. Or else you can have this story and allows the user to select what they want. Now, if I want to add multiple, I would go to here, new story point, and I would insert a blank one, and then I will drag the sheet, but I want to give some meaningful name to that. So let's say by state, something like this. So this is what a story. So in the sales and marketing, the last tab is a story. And how do you identify the difference between the dashboard and story? Dashboard is in the tabular. You see this table kind of icon, but story you have this icon. See this icon. So this is how you can
Okay.
differentiate. So this is basically, different way of, showing the thing, showing your sheets. Because in dashboard, you don't have this feature to show this menu kind of a thing.
Okay. And the one which we were
Yeah.
looking sales and marketing, that was that all those are stories, or there are dashboard in that
Dashboard.
as well?
Yeah. Dashboard. So there's one where it is a story, but everyone is, I think, dashboard only. So if I go and look at, you see, all these are like a table icon, right? This is a
Mm-hmm.
dashboard, this is a dashboard, this is a dashboard, but this is a different icon. This is a story icon. If I go here, you see these menus. So if I click
Mm-hmm.
on YTD, basically it is showing one sheet. If I click on this, it will show. So based on their selection, how this helps is, if I don't have this, I have to align all these sheets at one place, right?
Hmm.
But this allows them to see what they are interested in. I'm interested in looking at finance. I'll go and click on finance and see the finance chart only, like this.
I think we can do that in dashboard as well.
But in dashboard,
Mm.
we have to align all the sheets, right? So we have
Yes.
to drag this YTD metrics. We have to drag this sales versus profit. We have to drag this department.
Mm.
Everything at one place you will see. So just like how we did. Where is that US Superstore? You see here, all these are the sheets, correct? This is one sheet, this is second, this is third. Everything we are aligning in a dashboard. But in a story, you will not expose all these things at one go. You will give the users a menu. Okay, they want to go for a supplier, they'll click on it, they will see the table. They want to see the segment or they want to see this map. Then only it will show up that particular sheet. That is the difference.
Okay.
Yeah. So how many of you have like finished those projects? Anyone had any other question?
Sinu, I had a question right last time I was talking about.
Oh yeah, on that calculation, na, Vamshi? Hello?
Yes, yes, it's the
That
same calculation.
calculation, that
Yeah,
formula, yeah. So let me look at that formula, Vamshi, like tomorrow. I will look
okay,
at that. Maybe today I'll get some time. I'll let you know.
sure.
So the calculation part, leave it to me. I will come back to you. Like what is the formula? Because we were not able to find that column which they were using, right? Let me
Yes.
figure out. I think they must have renamed somewhere. I'm not remembering what we did. Yeah, I'll come back to you on that formula. Anything else? Anything else anyone wants to share? Like, what so far, let me ask this. So far, like when we started from the demo till here, did you all, get that confidence? Like, previously you were not aware of Tableau, but what is that change you're seeing in yourself? Can someone talk like, I know, it will take some time to, get a lot of hands-on it requires, right? But you would agree that how simple it is if you follow the steps, no coding, nothing. What is your experience? And I want to hear from everyone. So gain at least like 50% of confidence or no?
Hi sir,
Yeah,
I have a doubt sir in sales and marketing assignment.
yeah.
Sir, once I unhide the sheet, after it will come two sheets, but in the data is empty.
Um,
Header 3, header
in headers,
1.
you're saying, yeah. Actually, these headers are confusing here. Like, why they are creating these headers is to create these stuff. And I think even Adnusha was having that question. So,
Once
what
you open the Puja sales and marketing sheet,
I am sharing my screen. Can you see which one you're saying? Sales and marketing.
yeah, here see sir YTD sales and marketing. Once
Okay.
I unhide the sheet, header
Mm-hmm.
3, header 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's empty because this sheet we are creating just to create this header, this design, which they are using at this top, just for this
Okay.
design. But that is not a good method of doing it. Even, someone was facing that issue. So what you do is don't create these headers. Okay. Now, how do we get this similar thing? That is the question. How do we get this similar thing? Like, okay, this color at the top and then some empty space, then some again a header. We have this text. This is one of the good feature which is already there. We don't have to create. Now, if I was to do it, right, what I will do is, you see here, what I'll do. Can let me do automatic. Let me do floating. And where is that? This one, right? So let's say sales and marketing. Let me copy this text. I'm going here. So I have this text option, right? That is how you must have did that my resume thing. So if I drag this, lot of text we have put in my resume. Now I can drag this. I can make it like this. Can do this, and I can make it center, right? And right click on it, format text object. This is on the alignment. Now want to do the formatting. Okay, it's not giving the shading option now. Um, it's not giving that shading option.
I think you click on layout if you want to share it.
Yeah. So what was this one is background, right? So you can choose basically any color. I'm selecting that. So select and then go to the options. Otherwise, we will not see those options enabled. So I'll go here and let's say I'm selecting this. and you can have the borders as well. Let's do this. Yeah. Now this is the better way of doing it. So why do we want to create the headers? But they have created these headers to use this. So instead of that, what you all do is uh, this entire thing, you drag one text here and make it like this. Below that, give some space and drag this. Then you drag these filters. It will be, all these filters and sheets. Because someone was not able to when they have created these headers, they were not able to change this background color. So don't worry about that, do like this. Okay, any other question from anyone?
Shrinu, you were saying yesterday that we will talk about the Tableau server.
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
Yeah, right. So anybody has any other question, I will make Pooja presenter once again. So we have before we go to the Tableau, so we have to create the credential and all the stuff. Let me make you presenter, Pooja, so that at least everyone is ready with those server part, credentials part.
okay.
Can share your screen.
Okay.
And
But okay, fine. Are you able to watch it?
yeah, now let me see if I'm able to take the control also.
Mhm.
um, okay, okay, I can take the control, yeah. um, Now go to, okay, so everyone look at here. This is very important step. I'm going to the Tableau desktop, the trial version one, and okay, you see this server menu here, server menu. So in Tableau public, we will not have this server menu. Now we have to go to this server and click on sign in. Click on sign in. But we have to create the online server. So as I said in the beginning, we have two products, right? Tableau desktop and the Tableau server. This is what Tableau desktop, but we want to create a Tableau server, right? Online. So there is an online server which is available. We can make use of that for the practice. Now, how do we create our, site? Basically, that server is, uh, click on this Tableau online, follow the steps. Click on this Tableau online, and it will ask for, it's sign into Tableau online. So it's not sign into Tableau public. Okay. So the one which you were using and saving your dashboard was Tableau public. Tableau public is different. Online is different. Online is the server part. Now we have to create the credentials. Click on sign up. I hope everyone is following the steps. Um, Now, Pooja, can you enter, Pooja, all your details here?
Shrinu, the server is also always this Tableau online, or we can make our own server. We can
Yeah, in the
specify our own server as well.
yeah, so in the companies, the server will already be there. They will just give you the URL. Okay, this is the server name you have to connect. They will say you. But here we are
Okay, so
learning how.
credentials.
Hmm,
Mhm.
right. So here we are learning how from the very basics, like how do we set up the servers, and what are the things we need to do before we go and use those servers, right? But in the companies, those servers would already be there. If the Tableau is already there using it, they will tell you, okay, this is the server which you want to connect with your credentials. They will give access to your credentials. But here,
Okay.
what we are doing in this step, we are setting up our own server. Just understand like that. Yeah, yeah.
Here I need to give the real phone number or I can give the dummy one.
Yeah, you can give any dummy. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah. Request free trial. No, don't click on that. Don't click on that. No, no, no. Because you already have desktop, right? Don't click on that. Say
Okay.
request free trial.
Request free trial, right?
Hmm. Now just hold on. Don't click on anywhere. Let that come. I hope everyone is also following the steps which Pooja is showing. Yeah. Now it says great. Check your email for your confirmation. Now, can you go to that email? You should receive an email. Maybe you can refresh it. Yeah. Now activate. So you would get this email saying activate your site. Now let's that happen.
They are saying change. Okay, I
Yeah,
need to give some credentials there again.
correct. So in the previous step, you have not given the credentials, right? Because the server which you are creating, Pooja, it's your server, right? It should be secured. So you should, give some security by specifying some password. So give any password and remember that password, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, name your site over there. We can give any. So this is the server name which we are giving. Let's say Pooja. You can say Pooja. So this is your site. You can have the location. Yeah, let it be.
Europe, let it be
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah, let it be. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And see, I have read. And click on activate my site. Yes.
The site
The
name
site
is
name is
applied
applied, okay. So
already in
Pooja is already there, it looks like. Can you change Pooja underscore
I check.
Tableau? Hmm. Okay. Enter the password again. Yeah, click on the checkbox and say activate my site. Okay, yeah, cancel. Yeah, click on that icon, yeah, that window, close it. Yeah. So this is the site, the server which we have created. Now let us stop here and let me ask everyone. So everyone came till here. Everyone should come till here. Yes, Rajshekhar is done. What about others? This is very important part of this Tableau, okay? So far we have looked at Tableau desktop, but no matter how many dashboards you will create, you won't be able to share it with someone if you're not aware of the server part, because we want to put our stuff on the server. We want to provide the permissions to the users. This is very critical. Jyoti, Navya, Paramesh, Shiv, Siddhartha, Shrenu, Venkat, Vamshi, are you all done till here? Okay. Okay, Paramesh. Venkat, Vamshi, what about you? Okay. Yeah, but you all got the steps, I guess, right? So you have to enter those credentials, give the site the server name and activate it. You will get an email, activate it, choose the password. You should get this. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we will continue with the server part on Monday. Uh, Tomorrow, what I want everyone to do is, so on Monday and Tuesday, we will be able to finish up this server part, and I hope you're able to see my screen. So what the plan next is, if you go to these interview questions, so this weekend I want everyone to spend first time on those projects, just have hands on and note down any questions if you face, and go through this interview question. That is the next step. I want everyone to do it. Okay. So on Monday, we will, continue with that server part, Tableau server part. And then on Tuesday, maybe I'll take that interview questions, and we will see. Interview will not take total 1 hour but half an hour or so, and all these 3 days we will see for 10-15 minutes. If you all have any other questions, we will try to see. And on last day, on 13th, I will talk about uh, the CV part, you know the CV part. Maybe I'll also invite Ram on that day, maybe on Wednesday. So I will upload some CVs today. Let me shortlist some of the CVs where those CVs would have both SAS plus Tableau. So you can pick up any of those things, any of those pointers, and put it in your CV. I'll discuss that on Wednesday. Yeah, but now the priority should be spend as much time as possible on working on those projects, do the hands-on, right? Then you go for that interview questions, and then we'll connect on Monday.
Okay, Shrinu, one thing to ask.
Mhm.
Yesterday, Ram shared one opening in the Genpact that was SAS
Okay.
programmer. 2 to 3 years of experience was required.
Hmm.
Uh, but I was thinking, in my case, I have 12 years of experience. So how to showcase if I want to go there for interview? So how to showcase that experience?
Yeah, so it was only for SAS or Tableau? SAS plus Tableau.
I think it's SAS and Tableau would be there in the just a minute.
Hmm.
It's it's just mentioned SAS programmers with 2 to 3 years
Okay.
experience
Hmm.
and exposure on campaign management. Campaign
Hmm.
management would be part of that Tableau, or it would be the part of that SAS.
No, campaign management is just a concept. Like you can do the campaign management in any domain, let's say telecom, where you want to do run the campaigns for any particular marketing strategy, right? So campaign management is the concept where we want to target specific customers. Whom do we want to target to sell certain things, right? That is what campaign management is. Now, how do so did he during those sessions? Did he also he must have talked about certain projects, right? Did he talk on certain projects, analytical projects?
One project we discussed that Orion sales, and
Hmm.
but that Orion sales is, I think that is a for that would be, for example, we
Hmm.
show that in our
Hmm.
resumes and
Hmm. So what I generally tell students, like if you know, what you can tell is, see, the very first thing is you should be very comfortable in answering whatever they ask in SAS. Okay, that is
okay,
the first step. So revise all the things if you want to go for that. I'm saying revise all the things in SAS along with the syntaxes and everything. We should be very confident in that. That is first step. Now the second
okay,
step is think about your own work in whichever domain you are. Okay, uh,
mm-hmm.
in whichever domain you are. Now, if someone asks you, okay, what you do,
Hmm.
you will be very comfortable in talking what you're doing today. Like you know what kind of data you're working on. Let's say if you're working
Hmm.
on Excel or something or some reports, if I ask you now also, you will tell me, okay, this is what we do. These are the data, right?
Correct, correct.
Correct. Now, what I would say is talk in terms of those lines only. Now, you can say that, okay, in our company, previous, I don't know, like in what kind of tools you're using, if you're using some databases or Excel or some kind of creating reports in Excel, what you can say is, from last 1 year, like earlier we used to do like this into Excel. We used to pull the
Hmm.
data manually and do the combining of data in Excel, but we were facing a lot of issues because of the size of the data, and every time we have to go and manually do it. Now the management
Hmm.
has taken decision to implement SAS in our company. No one will come and cross check whether Pooja is using or not, right? But
Hmm.
what you can twist them like this, saying, okay, for some part of the work, uh, from last 1 year, we have been connecting to the databases. We were loading some Excel files and creating SAS data sets by writing complex logic. And you know very well about your data, Pooja, right? So you can twist
Hmm.
them in those lines. Okay, these are the columns, these are the things. From this is where I am getting the data. So we have streamlined that entire process of SAS code by writing SAS code, and we have
Hmm.
created several reports, several analysis for the management. That is how you can twist it. Okay. Now, when you say that, expect some questions regarding that. Okay. So they might
Hmm.
ask you, okay, can you talk about the data? What kind of data? The data which you are working on, right? So what I would say is, instead of saying some dummy thing, everyone can relate to their work. Yeah, if anybody is not having experience, only if they are freshers, they can use some dummy projects, right? But since you have experience, that experience will not go anywhere, right? You can still utilize that experience and twist the interview.
Sure, one thing more, that SAS is used for the banking projects only, or we use it
No,
for other
no,
domains as well? Because
other
my
domains
domain
also.
is media domain till now,
Hmm. Hmm.
and now it's been moving to something home automation kind of thing.
Hmm.
That is so. How to relate that one, because I have done till now, I have worked in for last 7 years, I worked in the media domain. That was analytic testing project, but uh, we were pulling their data and creating dashboards in the different, there was a different tool over there. uh, and
Hmm.
and SAS is a totally a new concept. So is SAS only used for the banking projects, not for the
No, no,
not
no.
for the other domains. Is that true? Or
No, no. In every domain is being used. Maybe you take pharmaceutical, telecom domain, all the Vodafone, Airtel, they use SaaS, pharmaceutical, major pharmaceutical companies, all the banks use SaaS, even the retail industry. You won't believe like Mongenie's cakes and so airline industry, lot of industries use SaaS. Even what I heard somewhere is you are into media, right? I heard even these news channels like Hindi news channels like ABP News and Aaj Tak, all those channels also use SaaS for doing analytics because the media houses they want to look for TRPs and all that, right? So they do a lot of
Mhm.
analysis on, which, what do we say, which programs are having highest TRPs, what times we have to manage those things and advertisements and all. So even I heard. So what you do, Pooja, if I want to understand, you said into media, right? Media or what did
Right.
you say? What you do generally in your work?
Shinu, it's a testing profile. I'm working as a testing lead over there, and mm, our job is to test applications and websites on different platforms, like mobiles, iOS, Android platform, or connected device in the sense Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku.
Mm-hmm.
These things we do test. And these days, from last 2 3 days, I have joined a new project, which is home automation. It's here we would use the uh, uh, do protocol testing, and there is Zigbee and all. There are different protocol which we will use to uh, test home automation things like bulbs automatically light up when we press that when we control it through the mobile app on
Mm-hmm.
the phone or through the Google Alexa or Google Assistant
Correct.
or Alexa. So
Correct.
this what I'm doing currently. So
Mm.
how can I relate it to this SaaS and all?
And where are you getting all this data from?
Uh, in the case of that media domain, we were getting all this data from the Turner. Turner is the company, which is the client, and we are working on different news, different brand like CNN, Cartoon Network, and you might have heard there are TBS, TNT. There are different shows on that. So we were doing testing of those videos and the content available on the sites and mobile apps. So
Mm. So what you
uh,
can do
this is
is what you can tell us all the data which you're looking at, right? The testing which you do, okay, this is working or not. So you can talk about that data. They used to send us in some raw data files and then coming out and testing few things on that data like okay how is those particular products are working from from the mobile phones when we do it from the Alexa, so all that which you were talking about, so think in terms of you were getting all those fields, all those data points in some kind of a file, right? And then you were
Mhm,
loading that into SaaS and think in terms of some of the challenges like why we went to SaaS, looking at the data. We can
mhm,
discuss this later also, but doing this, we can you think in terms of okay, what are the different challenge once they send the data? I don't know, like they will not send the data, but you project it as okay, those kinds of data, those domain
mhm,
data, they are sending into some kind of a files. But after getting that files, you think yourself, what are the things we do on that file? You can twist that, okay, we get so and so data, we take these columns, we uh, for the same product we have some other information stored in some other files or tables, we have to bring them together and then we have to do some analysis saying that if this product, how many, you might also be looking at the defects, right? Defects, how
Right,
many
right.
it is working or not. So we used to do all that analysis on those products, if they're working well or not, and all those things we are
Mm-hmm.
deriving. So you can say that, okay, all you can first talk about the business side. What is
Mm-hmm.
the business of there? Then you can talk about, we are responsible for the management to do all the analysis about that projects. Yeah.
Okay.
So just take some time this weekend, think in terms of, come up with some story points, some bullets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can connect later also once you have that clarity. Okay, what, just come up with those bullets, and then we can try to frame a story. Now, one of the good thing I can I'm realizing is that is the SaaS part, which we will twist, right? Now, after doing
Mm-hmm.
all that analysis, after creating all that data together, next is, if senior management wants to look at, okay, this is the bulb. Can you show the past trend? Like, how is my sales overall, and how many defects or issues we found, right? So, lot
Mm-hmm.
of things you can twist. You can tell them, okay, once we have all that data ready in SaaS, we used to create dashboards for the senior management to look at end to end about their portfolio. And there are a lot many things you can show up in Tableau, right? It could be defects is
Mm-hmm.
one case, how is the sales, how is the revenue, what kind of different products are there, in last 1 year, which are the products which are having highest defects or issues, right? Which are the
Mm-hmm.
products, top 10 products where the revenue is good, right? So if you think right, you will just note it down, take a book and note down. You will, you will relate it to the tableau. So there are a lot many things. It all starts with that question. So think in terms of, you are the CEO of that company. What are the things you will be interested in to see on the dashboard? Then start plotting those questions. Once you have those questions, you have the data, and you know how to, create these charts now. They will be easy.
Okay, okay. Uh,
Yeah. So it has
okay,
got some
sure.
idea. So come up with those bullet points. Maybe we can talk later also once you have that clarity. But I would say, instead of, since you have good experience, you can make use of that experience, right? Instead of
Mm.
talking, the things which you don't know, you can talk about your work also, right? But obviously we
Yeah.
have to twist it. And when we twist it,
Okay.
you will expect some
Mm.
questions. Let's say you say, okay, we wrote some SAS codes here. They will try to judge you. Okay, how did you import the data? If they ask, you should be ready with the answer, saying that, okay, in the data step, we write in file input, or we use proc import for doing this. They might ask, okay, how do you create the report in SAS? Right? We should be ready. How do you do the calculation in SAS?
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah. So the technical part, you can apply it on any domain or any, but you should be able to convince them those things.
Okay.
Got
Okay,
it. So
let
just
me
think
see
what.
how to connect it to it.
Hmm.
We are basically taking at the what we are doing, Shinu, we are taking logs of the sites and mobile apps in the Charles. And might I
Hmm.
don't know, you might have heard of Charles or not. It's used to
No,
take
I
the
haven't.
logs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, forget about log also. No one will come and ask you, okay, what are those logs, right? Just tell them. You can also tell them that all that data is stored in SQL database. Simply.
Mhm.
Correct. So don't
Correct,
talk
correct.
about logs also. Who will ask you to show the logs, right? You say all that data is stored in a database tables, and we used to connect to that database, load it into SAS, do all that data preparation analysis stuff, create a final table. That final table we used to load it into Tableau for creating the dashboards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Fine.
Okay, so great. So what we will do is, it's already 8:50, so we will end for today. So I hope everyone is aware of, okay, let me quickly share my screen, 2 minutes. See, this interview question is one thing, and I'm not sure if you all looked at these books also. I have loaded some books. If you have some time, go through these as well. And recorded session, I'm not sure how many of you are going and watching these videos I have been uploading. So do look at those. And CVs, I will upload it max by today or tomorrow. So the plan is on Monday, we will not be having session tomorrow. On Monday, we will be, looking at entire thing on the Tableau server part. Please don't miss the session. That is very important. We will see end to end of the Tableau server on Monday. On Tuesday, I will have the interview section, right? On Wednesday, we will have just uh, a connect to discuss about what is the way forward, like how do you update your CVs and all that stuff. I will invite Ram also on that day. Yeah. Okay, so we will end for today. Have a great weekend. We will connect back on Monday. I will send a new meeting link. Okay, you will get an new email from me. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Shreya.